All right, let's start with opening day at Fenway Park. Sox returning to Boston to start their 2022 home schedule, part of what's going to be a very busy weekend in Beantown. Red Sox with 4 games at Fenway today through Monday. Monday, of course, Marathon Monday. More on that in a minute. Bruins at home tomorrow. Celtics opening up their playoff series against the Nets Sunday at the Garden. But today the focus is on baseball. Expected to be full house for the home opener. First time that's happened in 3 years. As of last night, though, still some tickets available. Imagine, though, by the time that first pitch happens at 2 o'clock today, it will be a sellout. Kate Walsh, live at Fenway. She got there bright and early, some 10 hours before first pitch today. No problem finding any parking for you, Kate.
Well, Patrick, there's some excitement right now. Literally in the past 5 minutes or so, they started removing the tacks that were holding down the cover on the field. So we are expecting them to roll that off, and then we'll be able to see the beautiful green field behind us. We're standing here along the side of it, and it is so exciting. Helicopter overhead, the sun starting to rise. Just that feeling you get when you're in Boston on a game day, especially the home opener. As you know, there will be the flyover right before the game with the fighter jets, which is always exciting, and then a beautiful day outside for people to be able to park probably at a little bit of a distance from Fenway and then make their way walking here without any problem, and not too cold even at this hour already. So Fenway may be the oldest ballpark in America, but it's actually going to be feeling quite modern here if you're headed to the game or any game this season, and that's because you won't be able to use cash anymore at the concessions or in the bleachers and the stands when you're paying for any food or drinks. Everything will be paid for by card or by phone, and if you're one of those people who prefer to pay with just cash, well, you'll have to put that cash on a card. They have kiosks here where you'll be able to do that. The goal, they said, is really to just keep the lines moving so you're not waiting forever for what you want to buy. And fans will also notice some improvements to the bleachers with an 8,800 square foot concourse named the Truly Terrace behind sections 39 to 43. There are standing room areas and bar stools over there, as well as a bar with food and drinks.
Making sure there's something new and different for fans every year. This is one of our most aggressive off-season improvements. The bleacher area, as someone who grew up here in the 70s and 80s coming to Fenway, I spent a lot of time in the bleachers. To have this type of amenity with the restrooms and the food offerings and the bar area, I hope will be well received. And then the function space upstairs will be great for group events and for non-baseball events as well.
So pretty quiet outside Fenway right now. It's still early, but we can expect in the next few hours people starting to get here. Gates open at 12:10. First pitch is at 2:10 this afternoon. We'll continue to update you with all the excitement throughout the morning here. Live in Boston, I'm Kate Walsh, 12 News.
Also, opening day at Fenway Park. Red Sox returning home to play in front of the fans for the first time this season. A full house expected at Fenway Park today. Look who's up in Boston. It's Kate Walsh. And Kate, so in addition to the peanuts, the Cracker Jacks, the Fenway Franks, what were you talking about earlier, these fluffernutter French fries?
Yeah, so they're sweet potato fries, right, with peanut chunks on them. And then what they're saying is a fluff sauce over it with some pieces of chive. So what do you think about that?
Sounds good to me, even at breakfast.
Yeah, I know. It's sweet enough that I think it would work because you can have a fluffernutter for breakfast too. All right, so here's what's happening right now though. Behind us, the field crews just removed the tarp. So now we're finally seeing it all nice and pristine, and you can see home plate right there. They're taking all the tarp off, and it's just absolutely beautiful. You can feel it's going to be a beautiful day weather-wise too. It was a little wet earlier, but now it's drying out. We're hearing the crews wash off the seats and get everything just in top shape for opening day, as it should be. And outside, we only have a light jacket on, which you never know what's going to happen on opening day in April in Boston. So that's some good news too. And first pitch is at 2:10 this afternoon. So Michelle, what's it going to look like for people who might be heading to Boston this morning and parking quite a bit away from here and then trying to walk down? Will it be good for them?
Oh, it's going to be a winner of a weather day. Just tons of sunshine, another mild one to close out the week. Let's take a look right now at the conditions in Boston. 50 degrees there. It's 51 in Providence and middle 50s in New York City. Here's that Fenway forecast for you. 2 o'clock temperature at first pitch around 65 degrees, middle 60s at 4 in the afternoon. West-southwest winds will pick up as the day goes on with some gusts to around 20 at 6 o'clock in the evening. Still a real comfortable 63 degrees.